Hello, welcome to Tea Time with Nejla. Grab your tea and make yourself comfortable, and let's dive into it. Today, I like to reflect on the impermanence of live performance. I keep coming back to the preciousness of live performance and how fragile live performance is. Not fragile in a sense of weak, but in a sense that it exists only once, in one breath of time, and then it's gone. We often speak about the ephemeral nature of dance, and as if it was a limitation, something to be compensated for through documentation, recording, or archiving. But I'm beginning to feel that impermanence is not a problem to solve. It is the very essence of what makes live performance meaningful. It is what gives experience its depth. Each performance disappears as it happens. The lights fade, the bodies leave, and what remains is not the event itself, but the trace it leaves inside those who were there, witnessing, watching. Sometimes I wonder if we are losing our comfort with disappearance. We live in a culture that wants to capture, save, replay, optimize, and circulate everything. Moments are turned into content before they are fully lived and experienced. Presence is often measured by how well it can be shared rather than how deeply it is felt. In that context, the rarity of live performance becomes more pronounced. To gather in the same space, to share breath and attention, to experience something that cannot be paused or rewound, this is becoming increasingly unusual. Not because live performance is vanishing, but because our relationship to time is changing. Live performance asks something different of us. It asks us to be there fully, knowing we cannot possess what we are witnessing. We must let it pass through us rather than hold on to it. There's a quiet vulnerability in that. For the performer, impermanence means that every gesture matters, not because it must be perfect, but because it will never return in exactly the same way. Strength, fatigue, breath, emotion, the energy of the room, all of it shapes the dance in real time. And each time it is unique and it's different. For the audience, impermanence invites a kind of attention that is harder to find elsewhere. You cannot skim, you cannot multitask, you cannot stop. You must decide to stay with the moment as it unfolds, knowing it will not come back again. In this way, impermanence begins to feel more like concentration. It is concentrated presence, or a gathering of presence within a limited space or limited span of time. I sometimes feel that what makes live performance rare is not only that it happens once, but that it asks us to meet it once, honestly, fully, as ourselves, without preparation or rehearsal. So it is also a meeting of ourselves. We cannot arrive late to our own experience. And perhaps this is why live performance continues to matter, even in a world saturated with images and recordings. It reminds us that some things only exist through shared time, shared breath, shared risk. Impermanence is not what we lose. It is what keeps the dance alive. And that's my cat talking to me. But today I wanted to finish it with a little reflection to carry for yourself. When you sit in a dance performance, what would change if you allowed yourself to fully accept that this moment will never return? So ask yourself next time you have a cat in your home, when you sit in a dance performance, what would change if you allowed yourself to fully accept that this moment will never return? And with that, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, evening, wherever you are. Be blessed, and see you next time. Also, leave your comments and let me know if you wanted to reflect on something special. Take care.